Hello there, and welcome to the round robin group phase of the World Championship 2019. And you're seeing Hon3yNuts in the north playing as the United States Forces. I'm well aware this probably is going to be the game I upload to YouTube, but so far today we've watched so many great games featuring every faction in the game. It's been awesome. But finally seeing USF, which is what I expected to see every game. What's the story of this game? Why have we chosen this on Twitch and why are we watching it now? Well, one of the community's favourite ever players, VonIvan in the south, as Wehrmacht, has lost a game. That's right, that may not sound overly dramatic, that may not sound overly worthy of your concern, but if you lose a game and it's not looking good for you, that means you may end up in position 2. He lost to PFC earlier on, which means if he ends up in position 2, he's going to have a much tougher game tomorrow. And we all know VonIvan's had really difficult tasks in tournaments recently. He's had some really difficult draws, and he's struggled to get on top. So he really does not want to lose against Hon3yNuts here. And he's going to want to come back. And you come back fighting after that PFC loss against the Korean player. So Assault Grenadier 1 meets Assault Grenadier 2. He's going for all-in assault. Hon3yNuts, by the way, if you don't know him, you think he may be the third best seed in this group. But don't forget, he's coming here as one veteran. He's been playing this game for a very long time indeed. And I do believe, actually, in the first World Championship tournament, he actually got quite far in that. You may want to go check out the brackets. If you put into Google 1v1 Company Heroes tournament spreadsheet, I'm sure it'll come up. And you'll find a list of all the brackets ever. I'm sure you'll see Hon3yNuts' names several years ago when the game first came out. So he's been playing a long time, this guy. So do not be deceived by his mid-range tournament-level auto-match ranks. He is going to be a stern test, especially now VonIvan's had his confidence shook quite early on. Pioneer's going to go cap west. Faymanville approach, for those that don't know, has had a lot of good changes. Good positioning by VonIvan. Attacks that wall with aplomb, but more so attacks this rifleman that was going for a cheeky decap. Cheeky deaky. Faymanville, of course, had some good changes. This fuel's now been made fairer for the north player to get to, like the south fuel. These really good changes here. The retreat paths are easier for north, so they don't always go this way. They go this way and this way sometimes. And, of course, there is the AE Island, which you can now go on. And I think that's probably the biggest change in Coming Heroes history. MG42 in good position here. Rifles utterly diminished in their fighting capability because they're running in the wrong direction. Has to be said though, this assault grenade is low and he's going to be pushed away in that regard. Rifles fighting to keep this cut off. MP40's come up close however, and Hon3yNuts is not having a good start here. MG is now going to force its way up and in. I'll tell you what, if VonIvan wins this one, we're going to track his progress through this round robin. Nice by Hon3yNuts. He's managed to find his way through the Kessel, or the melting pot. Break out of the pocket. And now he's going for a flank on the MG, having decapped the strategic cutoff there. It's a double flank in unison. MG42 forced away. Here come the Sturmgewehrs, though. We've got assault rifles. We've got submachine guns against the M1 Garands. Meanwhile, Pioneers just trying to find position. Lieutenant's now out also, so a little bit more manpower for Hon3yNuts. We also have a 50 cal soon to be on the field. What's VonIvan going to be going for? Where's his choice in this? Of course, that means he's teched Battle Phase 1, giving him the ability to build Panzer Grenadiers. New change for 2019 there. Assault Grenadiers just getting bullied by the rear echelons. That is not their fighting distance. They're effective to around there. A doesn't know game meters. He knows pointies. Oh, MG42 gunner died. Could get locked into a death loop here. That's pull from VonIvan. Meanwhile, Assault Grenadiers narrow the distance. Rear echelon troops are going to get forced away. Oh, they're going to try and man through this. He got too cocky with them and lost them. Hon3yNuts miscalculated. He just used it as a distraction, though. And he gets into position to take the cutoff yet again. He's rebuilding the rear echelons. Of course, he's heavy cavalry. What else? It's like infantry doctrine and armour in one from Company Heroes 1. He's probably thinking, what the hell's this balance? Elk here in chat asks, who do you think will win, Ivan or Hon3yNuts? Well, make a straw poll. Put it in chat and I'll bring it up on screen. How about that? Rifleman getting punished by the MG42, attaining incendiary round veterancy 1 should it need it. Lieutenants giving way to the captain. We have, by the way, had, this is so quite surprising, weapon rack unlock, giving rear echelons with the bazooka. Just the one for now, it seems. Or is the other one hide? No, he's got two. We've got 2 bazookas. That, for me, tells me he was expecting tier 2. But he's not going to get that. It is going to be a 250 half-track with more Panzer Grenadiers on board. So it is going to prove useful, of course, but only if it's on the right side of the battlefield. MP40 suffering here. I tell you what, that's a low squad. Typical VonIvan preservation there. There you go. 250s. Going to be looking for blood. Going for a cap at first, and then I'm sure he'll do something afterward.
We are losing a sector.
Lieutenant's branching out. Hon3yNuts fighting back. Let's have a check on the TAC map. Control victory point and island. Gotta say, Faymanville Approach is such a good map now. It's now truly, it's probably my favourite map now, because I just think it offers a little bit more variety than Crossroads in terms of playability and different avenues. But it's a big shout out to Stern Panther and Rosbone for their work there, and for also listening to me. Not many people do, so it's good on you, I say. Rifleman taking the island points. Many things can be fine on the island points, such as munitions and fuel. And munitions and also fuel. Here we go, bazookas ambushed. 1 hits only, the flag comes to its rescue. They offload the Panzer Grenadiers, they go on the assault. This new patch here, because this has been rotated 90 degrees. Rifles branching out to take the fuel. Good. Green cover sandbags put here and here. 50 cal teams now completed. It was a little bit delayed. I thought he was going to get it earlier on, but he did delay it. Surely, is he going to be able to just wait for the major? I mean, what's he thinking here? He's not gotten the M20. He's not gotten the Stuart. Where's his hardcore AT going to come from? I know he's got the rear echelon bazooka squad. But where's it going to come from? That said, he's been able to keep the fuel out of VonIvan's hands for a while. And that'll hurt VonIvan. VonIvan is all about getting fuel for as long as possibly. Often negates to even concentrate on victory points, of course. Ooh, assault grenadiers coming around the outside. Around the outside. What? Well suppressed by Hon3yNuts. Or just about. If this wall was crushed in a slightly different position, they would not have ended up as suppressed. But there is another assault grenadier. Just when you thought they were all out of assault grenadiers, there's another one.
The territory is out of contact.
Assault grenadiers suffering. More so. Poor engagement for VonIvan. He persevered, and he felt the pressure and punishment of what hard-headed perseverance sometimes brings with it. All this time, by the way, Hon3yNuts has been cut off, so it was a neutralization there.
The enemy is taking our territory.
There will be some of these matches uploaded to YouTube. Possibly not the tightrope match, though, because that was too long. I don't want to trap some of my YouTube subscribers in a long match that I don't think is up to quality. lost. We don't want to see that. We want to see Tightrope win. I was thinking in my head, this will only be good if Tightrope wins, and he didn't. So I was like, oh, okay, there's 58 minutes of my life I'm never getting back. But indeed, there will be a lot of these matches uploaded to YouTube.
God damn it! Someone get us out of here!
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
They got us zero!
50 cal in a good position here. Panzer Grenadiers trying to flank. They meet the road though, however. Riflemen gunning them down. Meanwhile, Panzer Grenadiers found out. They're in a tricky spot. Good pressure put down by Hon3yNuts. Panzer Grenadier taking the fuel. MG42 sets up. Riflemen come round the outside. Constant pressure, very fluid movements by Hon3yNuts. You could almost watch a time lapse of all the rifle positions and be amazed by it. Rangers now coming out. Maybe, well, he doesn't need hard AT at the moment. He's done a great job of keeping fuel control.
The capture point is being overrun.
50 cal now with a Flamer Pioneer. Assault Grenadiers march forward, backed up by the MG42 heavy machine gun.
A capture
Rear
point is
echelons
under attack.
reposition as does the 50 cal. Riflemen take up their new position behind the heavy cover. Hon3yNuts showing he's got huge balls. No need for subtlety when A's in town.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
250 half track, chilling out.
Rear echelon
Tains veteran seat 2
line.
on the lieutenant. Rear echelons could take out the 250 now. Miss with a whiff. Rangers don't have the Thompsons quite yet. Have thrown a grenade though. I think they forced away a grenadier there.
Capture point is being
Lieutenant chilling in the central crater. New feature on Faymanville. Allows you to traverse south to north a little bit more easily. Could take it out with small arms fire here. Anything could do the job. We have had, by the way, VonIvan's pushed southwest to take the fuel back. He has actually been good on the victory points in this game. Done a good job of controlling them. So odd to have cast so much on Faymanville and now see this fuel point further up, but it is a good change. If you want to understand it, it basically mirrors this, but in asymmetric symmetry. That's the best way to say it. Although assault asymmetric symmetry, that's not what I meant. Atypical symmetry. Like diagonal and flippity flip. That makes more sense, I think. Panzer Grenadiers could not complete the wipe on the riflemen. They now have to run the gauntlet and pass the tractor, which comes to their rescue. Meanwhile, great pressure by Hon3yNuts. Look at this cutoff. Panzer Grenadiers can't quite get there to throw the bundle nade. 50 cal coming to suppress. It's on green cut. It's on negative cover, I mean. Rangers are going to point guard its flank. They've got a grenade in their pocket. They're not just pleased to see you. Ah, but the 250 forces them away, which is in turn going to cause the 50 cal to be forced away. Needs to hit retreat. 250's coming for it. Grenade move. Accidentally hit the taskbar. Didn't mean to do that. There we go.
Crew just got wiped
In
out.
my efforts to rush over there. Takes out the 50 cal. Nice work there. The grenade was but a distraction. 250 does the work. Hon3yNuts shows that he had a great start, thanks to his, in my opinion, Company Heroes 1 expertise, having played the game for so long. Because rifle play was the thing in Company Heroes 1, you know. So you'll notice a lot of these CoH2 players, they're great for around 10 minutes. But you need endurance. You've got to have levels in CoH2. You've got to be able to play well all of the game in CoH2. You can't just rest on your laurels having had a good start. You need really good endurance. And sometimes that's where players... Oh, nice grenade there! Ho, ho, ho. That's where players like Hon3yNuts sometimes come a cropper and they start to bleed out. A nice bundle nade from VonIvan. Hon3yNuts loses out there, and you'll see on the graph, if we get a chance to see it, MG42 gets wiped. What is happening in this one? I was about to say that Hon3yNuts taking a decisive dive there. VonIvan into the lead, but then he loses a 260 manpower machine gun with veterancy. Rifleman possibly now dying. STGs need to focus fire. They've got the opportunity to do so. They try, but they were reloading, and that is unfortunate. Freestyler points out he thinks he left it in the building deliberately so he couldn't steal it. It is an adequate idea. Probably is the case, my bad. Let's hope that's what happened. Let's check out the graphs. Very even game. VonIvan just eking ahead there. So he comes straight back into things. Rangers still without the upgrade. Looks like we've had a lot of mine usage from Hon3yNuts, and of course he's put things on his units. Sherman now, early Sherman. Well, early-ish. Kind of. On time Sherman, I guess. Just because we haven't seen any other proper light armour, it feels early, I guess. But then if you look on VonIvan's side, he's also got the Panzer IV building. So we've completely, other than the 250, skipped the normal light armour. Double rear echelon, quadruple bazooka build, however. So the Panzer IV is going to have a difficult and tricky time traversing the battlefield. Pioneers come in for some good flame damage from the south. Rear echelons recoil. Who's going to hit first? Sherman, Panzer. Looks like the Sherman. Panzer Grenadiers. Watch on. And a forced retreat as the lieutenants stand strong.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Here comes the Sherman. It's going to be met by its medium armour equivalent, the Panzer IV, making its way onto the battlefield. Two medium tanks, which one's going to be more effective? We do know that, unfortunately for VonIvan, Hon3yNuts does have the double bazooka loadout on two separate working units, which will really help swing things in the Sherman's favour. Sherman misses with its first assault. Look how grouped that MG42 was. They separate, fortunately. VonIvan, there you go, good attack from the Panzer IV, keeping the Sherman at bay. Here comes one of the bazooka squads, the other one forced away. VonIvan, by the way, took advantage of those squad wipes to really push his way into things. Well pointed out from Ozilagath in chat as well. There is no snare for VonIvan. Just a derisive sneer. Is that? Oh, good squad wipe incoming here. Nonchalantly over the shoulder shot from the MP40 Assault Grenadiers. They weren't even looking. Went for style points, so we may have another squad wipe here. Major in peril. Will he get it? Yes, he will. STGs from the turret on tracks and wheels. Oh, and Sherman caught out. He's trying to... What was he trying to do there? He gets away? What is VonIvan doing? That was a gilt-edged opportunity to kill that Sherman, surely. Tell you what, we just had Pack21 in chat say, will Von throw it? With lack of perception like that, he will. But he is doing well, though, however, you must say. I mean, look at this map control. Look at this graph, though. Hon3yNuts taking a dive. Panzer Grenadiers behind the medium cover. Also got the stolen 50 cal being a menace. MG42 in the centre, soon to be joined by a sister machine gun. Repositioning the 50 cal to stop this happening, because there's a new exit to this base. And there he is. Cheeky Talamine, look at that, so far up in his enemy's face. Nice setup there. Panzer IV comes into your picture. Mows down some of this green cover, stopping it being used by the American Rangers. In a tricky spot there. Panzer IV couldn't fire quickly enough. Here come the bazookas. Well, one less soldier to deal with, two less now. Pintle Mount gunning. They're in a bit of a shot trap there. Need to be careful. Oh, but good penetrations against the Panzer IV. Going to keep it out of battle for a while. It is a Vet 2 Pioneer, though, so should be back very shortly. And Hon3yNuts how we hardly knew Yi. He played so well with so much fluidity early on in this game, but he just couldn't keep his humanity. I couldn't make preservation rhyme there. The squad's alivey. Do try and keep myself entertained by making my casting rhyme at times. Has been spotted at times. I went to drink some beers yesterday. I told my biological clock to not wake up. That's what Luciano says in chat. Very interesting approach to being a competitive esports mega player. Sherman hits that tractor instead of this very, very group Panzer Grenadier squad. And misses this follow-up. Doesn't matter though, because right now our good friend Nuts of Honey has only one territory sector. .250 with Shrek'd up Panzer Grenadiers. Instead attacks the rear echelon squad, unfortunately. No prioritised vehicle on these guys. They have to click on it manually, and they couldn't at the time. It misses. Jumps out, however. Here he comes, may for a bundle nade as well. No, but he is going to go for the LAB. VonIvan is mad, isn't he? He's absolutely bloody mad as a box of frogs. Panzer Grenadiers somehow survive. He does not deserve to keep that squad alive. That was a terrible assault. VonIvan's been a bit cheeky there. He can't know that he's being cast though. He just plays like this way to keep himself entertained. That's what makes him such an exciting player. You know he does it from a natural kind of love of the game, all of this madness. Ooh, Sherman hit from the side, but the rear echelons are there to protect. One of them is Veteran 3 with an extra soldier in their ranks. Try and keep an eye on two things at the same time here. Good amount of fuel, by the way, for VonIvan. He's getting closer to Tiger Town. No signs of the tech, though. Well, he does have Battle Phase 3, so he's clearly thinking of it. Here come the Shreks for another assault. This is almost like how not to play Company Heroes, isn't it? But from very good players that somehow make it work. Great assault there, and that's making it work. Shreks hitting in unison against that Sherman. Wehrmacht players are like, I wish I had that kind of Shrek accuracy a lot more often. We've seen a Tiger in every game but one today. No, every game I think actually. Every single game. Maybe. Maybe even one. The Barton game, I think we didn't see one. That we cost 10 minutes off. And there you go, Hon3yNuts out. VonIvan still in this tournament in a big way.
Achtung! Angriffstruppe ist unterwegs. Ziel erkannt. Abbruchzone markiert.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that, Kimbo. VonIvan versus Devon. Oh my god, what a series. We're gonna have to organise some real good spreading of the casting tomorrow, I think. Let's check in with the referee team and listen to what they've got to say. Hi, refs. Just letting you know, refs, you're live on stream.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hello, hello.
How's... Hey, there's Doggo. There's the voice of Curry and Doggo, two of our beloved referees.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry, we are just sleeping here.
Sleeping? It's all going too well, is it? No drama.
No.
Very little.
Easy peasy.